'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the land not a creature was stirring, except for one man. It was Austin, you see, up to some nefarious business. The runes how they hung by the castle in the air, knowing St. Nikolai would soon be there. The others were nestled, all snug in their beds, while visions of peace lived in their head. And Austin's hand bled as the runes grew anew. The runes grew dark as St. Nikolai flew. His Santa then fell, and a noise rung aloud. It was then that Santa sung, "Powers that be, protect me!" It was then he was encased in a wonderful tree, as Austin's eyes grew red. It was then he said, "Santa will die, kindness is a lie." Austin then stopped, as a laughter ring. Behind him, you see, was a devastating thing. Krampus had appeared, and with that Austin's heart turned to fear. A chain wrapped around him, and soon he fell. Krampus then threw him into the wall. His life did it quell. The noise of the screams caused quite a stir in the night, awakening King Jacob, who saw the big fight. Jacob rushed towards the Krampus, who entered the tree. The Krampus threw great flames, and this caused Jacob to flee. He called out to Queen Cheyenne, who responded rather routine. Jacob barked out an order, "Go save the Fire King." She then embarked, fighting the evil toy things. It was then that Jacob gathered his strength, summoning an ice shield and a trident from the sea. Krampus laughed, "To what length?" Jacob cut him off and said, "Fight me." Krampus threw his chains. Jacob countered, but still felt the pain. A great fight had begun, light versus dark. Snow golems did spawn. Jacob then made his mark. The golems then merged into a frightening beast. However, this didn't bother Krampus in the least. He snarled, fire burst from the seam. The snow beast fell, and so did Jacob's team. The fight wasn't over. Hope still burnt bright. The train was thrown once more. This time, Jacob didn't put up a fight. He was then pulled toward the beast. However, his trident did soar. The trident then hit the Krampus. Square in his chest, the beast fell back in pain, and he fled. But still Santa lay dying. Jacob looked on, feeling the powers he was blessed with. He then drew in his magic, as Cheyenne walked in bleeding, in tears. She looked at Jacob and said, "It was worse than I feared." Jacob looked on and replied, "It was truly quite tragic." Jacob's look was apologetic, as his hands began to glow, his magic to shoot into Santa, who laid below. Cheyenne looked at Jacob and sighed. They both know he'd soon have died. Jacob glanced back at her and said, "Protect them, okay?" She shook her head. Was this the only way? Jacob's life then fled from his eyes. Santa then could rise. With Santa's rebirth, light was restored. Cheyenne looked on, and Santa said, "His sacrifice won't be ignored. The Christmas tale has come to an end." But Cheyenne was left with 3 kingdoms to defend. The task was daunting, and war lay in wait. She then looked on, awaiting her tragic fate.